here, record. There we go. I'm going to turn off our video screens, right? Record. I'll start recording, and I'll turn off our video at that point, and we'll enter the playground. All right. All right. Welcome to the Enchanted Playground. Just everyone take a moment and take a deep breath in and let it out. And one more deep breath in and out. I want you to imagine in your mind a window that's overlooking a green meadow. There's sun shining in a blue sky. You can just feel the warmth beaming through the window. You have this sudden desire to reach over and open it. And as you do, a breath of cool and crisp, fresh air washes over you. The curtains react and flail as the wind breezes right through them. And that breeze washes all your troubles and nagging thoughts away. You take a deep another breath of that fresh air, and an image of plants and trees pop into your mind. A feeling of excitement rushes over you, and you see in your mind the Enchanted Playground. For a moment, you wish you were there, and your wish immediately comes true. You find yourself standing near a slide, and your playmates are appearing one by one near their favorite parts of the Enchanted Playground. Some near the teeter-totter, some near the swings. You notice each person has a hoodie of their favorite color wrapped around their waist, in case it gets a little too chilly. And each hoodie has their favorite animal on front, kind of like a Care Bear. You smile and nod at your friends, and you know it's time to play again at the Enchanted Playground. All right. We can turn our videos back on. Stop my sharing and turn on my video. All right. We are back to the Enchanted Playground. So today's theme is spring cleaning. Lee and I actually met a few times on this one, and we were like, okay, so like, what's a fun thing that people do in spring? And one of the fun things that came up was the idea of a scavenger hunt. So we're going to do a little scavenger hunt today. It's going to be kind of a quick one here on Zoom. We're going to grab a thing, and then we'll come back and talk about a thing, and then we'll go to the next thing. And we're just going to have some rounds of scavenger hunting. So we'll have some fun because it's the playground. That's what we do. So we're going to start off. Lee, did you want to add anything at all? Any thoughts on the inspiration of where this came from?
No, we are going to do some hunting. So
we are going to do some hunting. So, okay. So for our first scavenger hunt, and we're going to stick with the theme of spring cleaning here. And we're only going to take I think we'll say we'll do try to do it in like a minute and a half. I know most of you have places that are larger than an 8x10 living space, like I have in Manhattan. But so what I want you to do is find a thing that you know you should get rid of. Find one thing that you know you should just get rid of. All right. Take about a minute and we'll come back.
All right. Just so you know, I can't go very far.
I love seeing the images of people coming back.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to run around a whole lot.
Oh no!
Yeah, see.
Oh my gosh!
What happened?
Shell.
I went hiking on Friday and I twisted my ankle and it's broken.
So Michelle, you'll play a different version of this game.
Well, I got things around me, so I got something I have to get rid of.
Play as you can, and then feel free to just look around and describe something to us when we get if you can't get up and get to it. All right. Any takers? Anyone want to volunteer to go first on their thing they need to get rid of? Oh, Bob, what is that?
That's for CDs.
Is that no? That's
like
cassettes.
a cassette tape.
That's cassettes.
Yeah.
Bob, you can't let that thing go. It's
I-
historical. It belongs in a
And you know,
museum.
this is the funny thing. I still have not only audio cassettes, but also a cassette player. And the scary thing is that there are probably collections on some of those cassettes that you can't find online. And this is one of the things you need to remember, especially with VHS. If you have old VHS tapes, some things got released on VHS and never got released again. And you're not going to find them on Hulu or Netflix or Disney. So, but I have this thing and I literally don't know what to do with it. I can't imagine refilling it with cassettes. And might keep the cassettes, but I don't know.
That's got to go. Oh
That's
my
gotta-
gosh, that is awesome. How many cassettes do you think you have, Bob?
I don't know if they're still viable, but I probably have packed away in boxes. I haven't unboxed since I moved into this house more than 8 years ago. 100, maybe more.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I have several
love it.
shoe boxes full of them.
Yes.
And I just gonna add to this, Brandon, because you opened this door, so I'm gonna crash through it. I have this fantasy about holding a yard sale or a garage sale, and my motto is 50 cents each, 3 for $1, no exceptions. So it doesn't matter what I put out there.
It's just
If you pick one thing, it's 50 cents. If you pick 3, you get all 3 for $1. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it's actually worth. I just want to get it out of my house. And if I put it out there, it's like halfway to the garbage dump anyway. So
hey, better than a dollar store.
yeah,
better than a dollar store.
absolutely,
Look at that.
absolutely.
Awesome. That's great. Thanks, Bob. Who's
Sure.
next? Anyone? I'll go.
Either way, go ahead.
Okay. I didn't have, because I live in such a small encapsulated place. I probably could have dug a little bit, but I've just been holding on to this for a while, and this is a hand sanitizer spray thing that is like completely empty, and it's supposedly refillable. And I keep telling myself I'm gonna go find a jug, which I'm sure will be like I'll have to buy a gallon, right, of refillable liquid to put in this little It's really handy because it has a cap, but it's totally empty. But yet I just can't bring it. You know what? All right, spring cleaning. That's good. All right, who's next? David, you want to go up?
So first thing I set my eyes on was this thing. Anybody know what it is?
What is that? Oh, it looks familiar. It's a lint.
A
Oh
soap
no, wait,
bottle?
it's like a chocolate thing. Does that say
Yeah.
lint on
Lint,
it?
oh, it's an
It's
Easter
a-
egg thing.
You read it. You read it, Brandon. Well, Easter egg, or this was actually it was a Christmas gift, and I'm going to go back. It was probably like 3-4 years ago, and it was full of chocolates. They were awesome chocolates. Actually, I think they were not chocolates, but I'm not remembering the term.
Truffles?
Truffles. There you go. Thank you. It's such a cool container. I've just never let it go, but I should let it go.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
anyway, I thought I might lose that. I might not lose it. I might use that container for something if I want to, like a cool container. It beats a cardboard box, but nothing's landed in it yet. So
That's awesome.
we'll see.
They should really do like those Geico commercials. I don't know if anyone's seen one where they have like you're becoming your parents thing.
Yeah.
There should be something about adults and finding cool containers, because you're like, ooh, I could put something in that. Like, that's a good bag. That's a good thing to put stuff in.
Yes.
It's such a it's pretty universal, I think.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So
Oh, it's great. All right.
I have a
Please.
shower curtain rod.
It's just hanging out.
Well, it's no longer working. So the suction part no longer working. But I saved it because I'm thinking like I'm gonna put it in the garden for some kind of like.
so Brandon, there you go. There's a whole nother class of items.
Yeah.
The things we're going to
so
put
it's
in the
like-
garden, the things we're going to use as containers, and the things we're going to put in the garden.
Because I'm thinking like it's
A maypole.
It's a long.
Yes.
You can extend it, right? You can extend it long. So, so I don't know. I have it like by the trash can, but it didn't make it out to the trash for the last 2 years. It's by the trash can.
2 years, Lee. Oh my gosh.
I think you
Yeah,
should put it in the garden, Lee. I like that idea.
Yes. It's not a trash, but yeah, I should
Just a
not
pole
have it in.
standing up in the garden, a white
Yeah.
pole.
I have a Christmas tree standing there too. So
Oh, this is great. All right, so Lee, is it going to go in the trash or the garden? And when is it going to go to one of those two by? I feel like we need to like put
Yeah,
some
I think
pressure
I'm
on you here.
yeah, after this call tomorrow, I'm gonna go to the garden and put it in and take a picture and send
All
to you
right.
all.
Yes, I
So-
love it. I love it.
At least it's out of the house, right?
That's so good. All right, Michelle, you said you did
Yeah,
get
I
something for
got-
this?
Yeah, I got ads from they came today and they're going in recycling today.
There we go.
Good.
All
Okay,
right.
today we'll go out today.
In that nice cycle, that getting in and out, just pretty much
Yeah.
with the mail. If we could just get the mail person to put them right in the recycling for us, that would be.
Yeah, I would like to unsubscribe, but I can't unsubscribe to this
Right.
stuff for some reason.
That's right.
Unsubscribing. It's another
No
thing we all.
unsubscribe mailing. Yeah.
Universal truths. Unsubscribe to junk mail, containers, things in the garden. All right. We're coming up with some good thoughts here. Fantastic. All right. So that was round one of the scavenger hunt. Now let's see. Where's round two? We're gonna go. Oh, okay. Round two is gonna get a little bit of a different theme here. So we're gonna go to see where's my Chrome. There we go. Share screen. Wheel
Have
of
you
names.
guys played round scavenger hunt? Okay, Wheel of Names. All right.
We're gonna do color this time, and we just wanted to use Wheel of Names because Wheel of Names is kind of fun. All right, so you have one-ish minute to go find something red. Okay, ready, go.
All right.
How lucky I got.
Okay, bye.
What is that?
Phone stand.
Oh, how does it work? It doesn't rock around?
No.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, and it's little legs on it?
Yeah, it's got little legs on the base,
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's cool.
but the insert is. Well, I mean, if that's not red enough for you, I've got that.
Oh, I have one too. We match.
Ooh, the
Hey,
fives.
there you go. They're very handy.
Mouse. Oh wow, it's got the same mouse. Oh, David has like nothing red in his place apparently.
Well, we'll have to make him angry so he sees red.
Oh.
Yeah. No. I know. I was trying to think like if there were other. I stuck with mostly main like colors in I guess I didn't put brown or black in there. I didn't think about that. I should have. I was basing it in my head off the rainbow and not off like the Crayola 8-pack, which is probably what I should have gone to for main colors. I haven't used crayons in a while. I should pull those out again.
Yeah, I still have crayons. I have crayons. I have paint sets, all left over from when the girls were home. Talking about things to get rid of.
Right there we go.
Children.
Crayons. Okay. Who would like to start us off with their red find? Everyone at once.
I can go red. Brandon, you got me going backwards here. I had
Okay.
to pull something out of the trash.
What?
Oh, that's funny.
I was stretching for red, so that's what I got. That's red.
I like
great.
that.
That's hilarious.
That's a good
Wow.
red. A lot. There were
Yeah.
some weak reds, pinks, orange, borderline red, orange, borderline orange, red, pink. But that's pretty red. It's only half
Yeah,
red.
cream of
but
corn. Cream
it's
of
red.
corn.
Cream of chicken.
Cream of
chicken.
tomato? Cream of chicken? Oh,
Used
cream.
Yeah.
in making casseroles.
Oh,
Here-
Oh, really?
Cream of
Minnesota.
chicken.
Oh yeah.
Never had that.
What do
yeah.
you-
I use
what-
cream of mushroom.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, both, Michelle. Yep. I use cream of mushroom and cream of chicken for a little variety.
What?
Sometimes
what
even
kind of
cream of
casserole?
celery.
What kind of casserole are we talking
take,
here, David?
Take your pick: pork, beef, chicken, you name it. Throw in
Is-
rice, throw in some soup, throw in
Okay.
some onion soup.
Yeah.
Milk,
that's-
you're off to the races.
and tater tots. Please tell me there's tater tots.
Well, I said rice, but
Fair enough.
you could
That's-
use tater tots. You could
a lot of
definitely
extra
use
carbs.
tater tots instead of, well, you could use them in addition to rice if you wanted, but anyway.
Sorry, you just made me think of tater tot hot dish, which is a Minnesota
Sure.
thing.
Yes.
Oh.
Fairly well known for it. It is basically a layer of like beef soup, whatever, it's cream of
Yep.
chicken, cream of mushroom, like green
Yep.
beans and
Yeah,
like
there
tater
you go.
tots, and then cheese, and then it's just
Mm.
like this. It's honestly, it's not really even that good.
It sounds a little like shepherd pie.
A little bit,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah.
kind of like a play on that for sure.
I don't remember there being cheese in it, but it's a winner.
Yeah.
Definitely.
My
a winner.
version, the version I grew up with had cheese, because you
Good
can
for you.
you can throw cheese on top of stuff like tater tots,
You
right?
You
can't
can put
have
cheese on
something
anything.
without cheese on it. Come on.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
In Minnesota or Wisconsin.
Right.
I
Awesome.
I like having the green beans in it.
Yeah. All right, David, pick who's next. This will be easy. I'm just gonna have the person pick who goes next.
It's really, really boring. I'm sorry, you guys,
Is it-
but
Your
this is
mouse.
the house.
Yeah.
It's
It's a red mouse, and you chose a more colorful one. You probably had an option to have a less colorful one, I imagine.
Well, the other one is purple.
Oh wow, you've got two of them.
Yeah.
Well, I have two computers here, one work computer and one this computer.
Fun computer. All right. All right, Michelle, who's going next?
Oh, let's see. How about let's go, Bob.
Bob. Is that red?
It's kind of
Oh,
All
orange.
right.
It's like
for you.
orange.
It looks orange to me, but yeah,
Oh,
we'll go with
all
red.
right
Yeah.
then. You want
It
red?
looks orange
Well,
to me.
we'll let
I
him
see
in.
something red on your shelf and back of
Will
you.
it, will it, will it
Red.
be?
There we
Red.
go.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Sharpie cap.
Hey,
And is that
well,
for your redlining, Bob? When you're redlining,
it's just actually I probably used this last when I was doing Christmas cards and holiday cards.
okay.
Because I love to
Ah.
use red and green. But now Sarah makes the cards. I just tell her I need cards and she designs them,
Yeah.
and she does more on the envelope than the card itself. So I
Oh,
just
interesting.
Oh.
yeah.
I have to tell you a story. When I was in second grade, I got in trouble because there was a girl who was coloring in orange red. And I said, no, an orange has to be orange. And I got in trouble.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
You mean
All right,
like
Bob.
color the orange?
Color it, yeah.
Yeah.
Not the fruit in
Colored
a
orange
coloring book
red.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Lee.
yeah, yeah.
And she was
but
coloring it with red. And I
besides-
said, no,
Yeah.
no. I was arguing with her and I got in trouble.
Besides your wearable
Snapple.
Tracy, what do you have that's red?
Ooh, yeah.
So I was looking for red, and I found this book.
Oh,
good.
So I found it, and also I picked it because I finished this book. You know,
You
like
did?
I don't finish them
for you.
books, but
Patrick
it's an easy read.
Lencioni.
So,
Yeah. Did you like
Yeah.
it?
yeah, it was a lot of real things were happening in this book were actually happening. So it was yeah, it didn't sound fictional. It sounds like real.
It sounds very real.
Yeah. It
Are we
did
all
sound
familiar?
real.
Have we all read this book? Has
I'm
anyone not?
familiar.
We probably
You're
all lived it.
familiar. Okay. No, I
Yeah, you
sounded like other
probably
people
will.
were okay. So I've definitely read it. I think it's a great book. I have it as well too. It's all his books are told in fable form. And so it's written like
Yeah.
a fable. And so they kind of tells a story, and then like, it's all these leadership things. And then it's all like it's a pretend story, and they're entertaining.
Yeah.
There's another one
Yeah.
called and I love it because this brings me back to a boss of mine back at, actually, David, this is when I was at Best Buy right before I started working with you. He lent me a book called Death by Meeting, which was a
Oh,
Patrick
yeah.
Lencioni book. And he's like, you should read this. And like, I can't tell you how many times I looked at that book. I was like, I don't want to read a book about meetings. That's horrible. And then one day he's like, you need to give me that book back like 3 months later or something. And so I was like, I better go read it. And then I read it in like a couple days. I was like, oh my gosh, this was a great book. This is really good. Okay. So
He
feel
wrote
like
another book called The Advantage, which is about
he's got like 5 of them.
organizational health.
Yeah. He's got a
Really,
bunch.
really good book.
Oh yeah. So you read that one.
Yeah, it really resonated with me because what it talks about is you don't need smart people. You need like good people, right? Like good people meaning people who are willing to discuss, collaborate, and you will be a better place than people just full with intellectuals who think they're smart, who think they know everything. Because I have been in a group that is full of smart people, right? And they have the answers, and when they have the answers, you really cannot build it together because you just have to go with what they say is right. Otherwise, they don't want to play.
That's awesome. All right. This is kicking off our new program, Book Reviews with Lee. It'll be starting soon. No, it won't be. I'm kidding. I kid. Awesome. I think that leaves me. So I'll go. I have I guess this isn't shocking, but a giant bag of red Legos.
Nice.
And I actually have like 5 of these. And the story behind this is there's a Lego demo where you take a duck and you have people build a duck. And I think I may have done this with you, or if you haven't seen it, I also have been posting videos about it recently. So they're really expensive to buy. Like you can buy them from the guy who runs the certification for like $5. There's a gal who sells them out of Etsy for like $7. I'm like, $7. So I'm like, I'm putting together piece by piece. So I bought all of these pieces from Canada, and I bought all the rest of the pieces from a place in Budapest, which has not yet arrived. We're working through both post offices to figure out what happened to the rest of my ducks. But yeah, because there's a website called Bricklink, and you can just go find people just selling. You can find like the specific, like this 2x4 brick, and then order whatever. They just price it by the brick, and then you pay shipping and whatever. So that's my story. More
let
ducks.
us know when you get all your ducks in a row.
Well done. Well done. Always.
And the pieces arrive.
And then we'll follow the red brick road.
Yeah.
The puns just keep coming.
We can't help ourselves. We're helpless. We can't help ourselves.
Okay. All right. It's time for our next run and grab. This time we're going for a shape. For some reason, this wheel of names is in dark form. And so we've got, I just did 5. Is anyone want to, should we add anything? I just did square, circle, triangle, and then I added cylinder and pyramid and figured it.
Fine.
Who knows? We're not going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be whatever.
We're not going to be picky.
Right. Unless it's orange again.
Square and pyramid should be different colors anyway.
I didn't want to go in it. Circle. Okay.
Oh, circle. That's okay.
All right. Something that's circle or circular in nature. Up to you. Figure out what that means. Ooh. All right. I think we got everyone back. I'll start off this one. Oh, yeah, right. You have that right there. Oh my gosh. I didn't have a lot of things. So I decided to grab some tuna. Some Wild Planet tuna.
Which variety?
Wild
see it.
Planet. It is albacore wild.
I think that's what my wife had for lunch.
It's delicious. I love.
Yeah.
Oh, look at it. It fits like this.
Yeah.
This perfectly.
Yeah.
This could be my new picture. Hold on. There we go. Wild Planet. There. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Good focus. Good zoom on this camera.
There was a girl in high school, her nickname was Tuna.
Ah,
Why?
I don't actually know.
Mm.
Everybody just called her Tuna.
I actually have a pantry in my bedroom closet, so that's
Yeah.
got food and snacks and canned
Yeah.
tuna for when I get up late at night. I don't even have to go to the kitchen. Let's see. I'll move it over to. Let's go to Michelle.
All right, so I got a couple of things. I have a cup, which is Whoops, I just
There we
spilled on
go.
my computer. That's not a good thing. uh, sorry about that. Just want to, there wasn't much in it. It was a couple of drops.
Just enough where you don't want that to be, yeah.
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 Water
Just
and
a few
computer.
drops.
Bad.
Yeah, I think the surface has some membrane in there to guard against that silly thing. And the other thing I have is this,
Ooh.
which is a picture of a basketball on a backpack. I don't know if
Okay,
you can see it.
Is that your
So it was from-
backpack?
Well, I was doing some spring cleaning, and again, one of the girls left this behind. As you could see, it probably was from a bat mitzvah or something.
Ah.
So I kind of adopted it, and I cleaned it, I washed it, and I'm using it as a backpack to get my things up and down the stairs because I have crutches.
Yeah.
So,
Nice. That's awesome, Michelle. All right, who's next? Michelle.
I'll go next.
You can pick who. Okay, Lee's going.
oh,
I got.
I forgot
I'm
about
going,
picking.
yeah.
Sorry.
So this one is the emoji that Hannah made. You
Yeah.
can see, made with the tapes and things. And then I also have this one, which is a I don't know what you call it, ribbon. I
Oh.
bought it like on 35th Street, maybe 36th Street and 8th Avenue and 9th Avenue, like where the fashion district is.
Mhm.
Outside of the stores, they sometimes like have this like leftovers that they sell it like bunch of things for $1. So this is quite thick.
Wow.
And I bought it. I don't know. I think I bought it for $1. I don't know why I needed this. I probably don't need it for anything, but I figure like, hey, $1. I'm gonna find the reason to use it.
I mean, it looks like it's good prototyping material for a design
Yeah,
thinking workshop.
definitely. Yeah. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Yes.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And I have like a bag of like 1,000 buttons too.
I think
Or you
Hannah
can
will be
find in
very
a fashion
happy if
district.
you involve her in deciding what to do with that. I'm sure Hannah will come up with
Yeah.
You can hang some from your pole in the garden and like some streamers.
You
Yeah.
could make
Yes,
bracelets out of it.
I've done it. Yes. Yes.
Use the
Definitely
buttons on the
making
ribbon. You can wrap the ribbon around and button it, make a bracelet or something. She could have so much fun
yeah.
decorating it.
All right, Lee,
All
who's
right.
going next?
David,
Aha.
what circle
So-
do you have?
So I could have gone with the end of the soup can, but I thought, oh, that's no fun. I'll go a
Yeah.
little further. So technically, this is a cylinder, but the end of it is a circle.
Yes.
So it's a soda stream canister
Oh,
Oh.
Ah, okay.
cylinder.
Do-
Yeah, it actually says cylinder on it. So, but the end of it's a circle. So
It's a
there you
circle.
go.
I like it.
There's my
Do you
circle.
do a lot of soda stream? Is there like a flavor or like a thing or is it just
I-
carbonated water?
I go straight carbonated. I add lime to it after the fact, but I just use unflavored. I like the seltzer
Yeah,
touch.
that's
So-
awesome.
And you can control how much seltzer you have in it.
Yep. And I drink a lot more water when it's carbonated. I tricked myself into drinking a lot more water that way. So,
Nice.
and the lime helps a lot too. And it goes a long way. It doesn't, just a couple shots of lime in a whole container and you're good.
Yeah, you get your vitamin C too.
Those limeys.
Mm. All right,
Oh, sorry. I guess Bob's next.
Bob's left.
So this technically is a sphere.
Right?
You have to
This is
cut through
a-
it, Bob, to show us a circle.
Yeah.
Well, this is a genuine Pfizer softball with authentic Central Park dirt ground into it.
Ah,
Um,
It's a
because
I
at the
didn't
end
know
of
there was
every-
I didn't know there was a fake Central Park dirt.
there may be, don't settle for cheap imitation, get the real thing. At the end of every season, they would just say, these things get kind of beat up by the end of the year. It's like, you can just keep, and I always threw one in my bag. So the next year when we go to start warming up, you had something to warm up with. So I found this,
Yeah.
but a little bit more accurately, this is
Aw.
a paperweight my daughter made
Mm.
when she was in preschool. And the letters have faded considerably. I don't expect you to read them, but around the rim, she had written Happy Father's Day.
Ah.
It's a
This
real
has been
keepsake.
on my desk ever since. So it's always there. And so and if you look at it from this side, it's more pronounced that it's a circle,
Yeah.
but kind of dome shaped.
Yeah. That's awesome, Bob. Do you still play softball?
I probably haven't played since my last year at Pfizer, because that was the only place I knew where it was organized, and it was just something that even after the funding dried up, there was a die-hard group that just kept it going.
Just kept going.
And for all I know, there's still a die-hard group looking forward to this summer. But
Nice.
anyway,
Awesome. Super cool. Sorry, I recognize that it's a clincher softball. I've never seen or heard of it until I started playing in Central Park about 2 weeks ago. And I was like,
Oh.
never seen a softball like that. It's like an urban, it doesn't go quite as far as normal softballs, and it's like tough. Yeah.
but it's actually soft, as opposed to some of these that become fossils and they're as hard as a brick and they hurt.
They do.
These just get beaten up, and then you're good.
All right. Nice. All right. Okay. The circle one was interesting. All right. So now we're going to go. We've done all our wheel of names things. So we're going to shift gears a little bit and kind of go into an odd, different category here. We're going to go into the world of scent. And I want you to get something, and maybe this will take an extra minute. We'll see how long it takes. But get something that has either a special or a unique scent to you, like something either that is like memorable or important to you, or maybe it's just unique. It brings back a memory or something like that. So something with a scent. All right. Oh, I knew this was coming.
Hey, John, can you bring me my flowers? The flowers. Yeah, we have to find something that has a scent, so that would be perfect, but of course I don't want to get up and get it. Thank you.
Are you training?
Yeah, no,
This isn't
it's called Enchanted Playground. So we're playing. Thank you. That's perfect. And probably the water should be changed on it anyway, but it looks great. Thank you. Got my flowers.
Nice. Yeah. Nice flowers.
There they go.
Alexa, turn on John's
I have to turn the blur off.
Impressionist flowers. That's Bob has gone hunting.
Bob's hunting. This is tougher, right? This is
Nice.
They do smell great.
Yeah, how
The
could they
sunflower
not
doesn't smell,
have the same-
right?
Yeah,
The
but
lilies.
something here does.
oh,
The lilies.
it's a good scent.
Yeah, the tulips don't smell either.
All right. I think we're going to start with Michelle. Michelle, tell us about the scented thing you have
It
there.
arrived from where I work. My coworkers, it arrived from the company yesterday, from the organization. So,
Yeah.
was, you know,
Nice.
Just for fun? Like, hey, we want to send you flowers?
No, they knew what happened to me.
Aw.
And they sent me a kudo board, so that was nice too.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's some nice flowers.
What-
Aw.
what-
They really
what's
are
a
nice,
kudo-
yeah.
What's a kudo board?
Oh, so it's this collaborative board where everyone can put their well wishes, and you can they give you GIFs or things to put on it, and then it gets sent at a certain day and the person gets it. And then what you can do is the person can either share it with other people, or they can download it, or, you know, they even let you print out a book of it or make a poster out of it. It's one of those free things that, you know, has add-ons.
Michelle, what happened to you?
It's a silly thing. I was hiking and I just stepped the wrong way and broke my ankle.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ouch.
Yeah, okay.
It'll heal. And you'll be back out hiking again soon.
Maybe not soon, but eventually.
Soon. Soonish. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, Michelle. Who's gonna go next?
Okay, I picked David.
David.
I guess I got a theme going here.
Should we go back in the trash again?
I meant, well, no, I mentioned the lime juice squirted in the
Oh,
in the
yeah.
soda water. So definitely has a scent to it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You can sometimes do that. So it's
Yeah.
it's
Nice.
an uplifter to get a scent of lime juice.
Yeah. Have you always put that in like water, or have you, like, when is this something you started recently?
Not recently, but not like forever. I definitely choose it over lemon for some reason.
Mm.
It's definitely
Hmm.
my preference. It's definitely, there's something different about lime. I don't know what it is, but it's better than lemon.
Tangier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
like it.
I don't know what it is.
I used to
It
take
ha-
shots of that in the from my refrigerator when I was a kid. Like we would have the lemon and the lime, and I would just like
Sure.
squeeze it
And
in
have
my
them in
mouth
this
and be like,
Oh,
lime shape. Yeah,
Yep.
and I think, Brandon, I think that's probably it. Is it more distinct? It's more, you know, it gives the water a more distinct flavor versus lemon seems a little
Nice.
bit more diluted. I'm not quite sure.
I like
But-
that.
Mm.
Awesome. All right. Who's going
Okay.
next?
How about Bob?
How about Bob?
What about Bob?
Ooh, what is that? Lavender.
Oh.
So this is an essential oil.
From John's Fire TV.
But okay. Actually, this is going back a couple of years, several years ago now, before my family started, but my wife and I were seeing each other. We wanted to go away for a weekend, and we found a place in the Poconos called the French, I want to say the French Manor.
Mm.
And it's just a place to go away for the weekend. And among the other delights they provided was, at mealtime, they served us lavender butter, which
Mm.
really was absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. And I don't know exactly how they make it, but it was just so lavender started to click. And then I noticed that I just started finding different examples for lavender soap, which is wonderful. And then there was a time when my daughter wanted to make bath bombs, because I found a recipe online, and it's really simple. You need a couple of basic ingredients, and we found out that she's sensitive to some of the stronger citrus, like sweet orange. But this is completely benign. It's soothing. I mean, some people don't like it, but for me, it's absolutely completely benign and a nice scent. So
That's awesome,
Yeah.
Bob.
Thank
So
you.
Cool.
yeah,
Lavender.
Great
All
story.
right.
thank you. I'll pick Lee.
so completely different from lavender. I picked soybean paste.
Ooh,
And when you have a miso soup, so this like Japanese miso soup does not smell so bad, but Korean miso soup, it smells pretty bad. So of course, like, I don't think it's bad, but I was told that, because I grew up with it, that if you go to an apartment, you should never make a miso soup out of Korean bean paste, because they smell like, your I don't know, old socks or something like that. So going from lavender to bean paste, But it tastes really good. I mean, for me, so yeah,
And does
I
that like
haven't
bring
made
back?
my tofu soup yet.
Ooh, does it bring back like memories of
Yeah,
childhood when
my
you smell that too? And
oh yeah, my mom still makes it like from scratch. Like they have the bean paste beans, the separate, like that's different, and then you make it. Part of it becomes a bean paste like this one. Part of it becomes soy sauce, and so she still does it old fashioned way. And I don't know how to make it. I just know how to eat. That's what I do. Yeah. So, all right,
awesome.
Brandon, what do you
Cool.
have?
Thanks, Lee. I'm actually gonna go and I was inspired actually by an item shared in our last round. And I actually picked up my softball glove, which has a ball and some batting gloves in it. Just because like there's a smell to it, right? There's a scent, and there's like that kind of, I grew up playing baseball like every summer as a kid and little league, and so like that's being on that kind of right, that orange dirt. I don't even know what it's called, but like softball field, baseball field dirt, like it's the same everywhere. It has a scent to it. It blows in the wind. It just has a kind of that I don't know. It brings me back to my youth a little bit, and I get excited. And I started playing softball again recently. I play on Sundays in Central Park, which is fun. And yeah, I don't know. It was just like I have no idea what else I would have grabbed because I don't know if I have much in here that smells like anything. But I saw that and I was just like, yes, that's it. Oh my gosh, totally love the smell of softball dirt. And I'm sure there's some Central Park dirt in here. The truth, the real stuff, Bob.
Authentic.
None of that
Oh,
fake
not
stuff.
that
Yeah.
fake stuff. Huh?
Not that fake. There's probably some
Not
fake
like
stuff on there too,
deportation.
but a little bit of each. Oh my gosh, so fun. All right, last one.
Yay.
This is a little bit more of a wild cardish, but find just something that has meaning to you. Something that has meaning to you. Simple and easy. Yeah. Ready and go. Oh my gosh, that was so weird. David, you were gone and then you just like appeared. It was like you just apparated. It was fantastic.
I transported.
I want to know how to do that.
I teleported.
All right. I feel like Michelle, I can keep starting with you, but I mean, I'm gonna have to be we have to be introduced to this addition to the Enchanted Playground now.
This is Misty.
Misty.
Hi, Misty.
Aw.
He can't hear you because I have earphones in, but that's Misty. He might not be able to hear you anyway. We think he might be deaf.
Oh, really?
Mostly. Yeah, he's 18, so he has a lot of meaning to us.
Wow.
He looks great for 18.
Yeah, right?
Thanks.
Wouldn't have known.
Wow.
Yeah.
When did you get him?
He was a little kitten that my daughter found she heard mewing and she found him under a neighbor's car hood and fished him out somehow and then brought him home. And turns out there must have been a litter because then a couple blocks behind us, somebody else adopted another one that looks just like him. They found him too somewhere in the neighborhood. Yeah, he's not a he anymore. He went through actually a transgender operation because he was blocked.
Oh.
So he's kind of an it.
All right. Is he a pretty easygoing cat? Is it like people? Does he like people?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
You can pretty much do what you want with him.
Oh, he's adorable. Oh, we got
He
it
Then
now.
begs
no.
to
Let him go.
disagree.
That's not, yeah.
Oh, well.
He's saying I'm not a prop.
Well,
I'm gonna,
maybe.
Lee,
yeah.
you go next.
I got this photo. So
Wow.
this is a frame photo that my parents gave me. But this is actually very close to the house that I grew up in. Like literally the shape of it, the so it's basically a hut, right? And there's no window with glasses. It's paper door.
Wow.
And the floors were heated by the
The
things
fire.
underneath, not necessarily like the fire. Yeah. So it was so I when I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, can you believe it? I grew up like this. And then when I show it to my friends in Korea, like when I was in high school, middle school, they're like, my God, what century did you grow up in? That's how my grandfather lived. So even in the same country, in the same period, I lived like 30 years before time, not ahead of time, behind the time. So yeah, a lot of meaning. It's just to sitting in
Beautiful.
my room. Yeah.
That's awesome, Lee.
It's
Thanks
beautiful.
for sharing. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, who's
All
up?
right, Brandon, why don't you go next?
I'll go. Okay, so I have this coffee mug here. And the reason I picked this, so when I moved to New York, it actually is just a bunch of pictures of various with some family members and friends. And so when I moved here to New York, I realized I still have a lot of things in storage and I don't have art. I've been so nomadic. That's kind of like, oh, it's sort of bland. I don't really have much. And so I actually have, honestly, all of these same pictures in a mural right up above my desk. So just kind of remember, relationships, family, friends, and on my coffee mug, it says what matters. It's just kind of that reminder of I don't have room to put up pictures of my nieces and nephews. And so, yeah, it was just kind of a little thing. So I always have
Just
this on my
drink out
desk.
of it.
Yeah, exactly. And I can have coffee out of it. I can have whatever I want out of it. It's a coffee mug. So yeah, maybe it's happy hour, maybe it's not. Oh, yeah. So that's my
You don't know
pick.
the content inside. Yeah.
No, it's coffee.
It's a coffee mug, but we don't know what's inside.
Let's go to Bob.
Okay. So there's a little bit of a story behind this.
Oh,
See
cool.
no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. And
Yeah.
you might notice down here, there are
cool.
some Japanese characters. I think it's the artist's signature. This is all wood. This is all carved wood.
That's beautiful.
I don't know much else about its origin. It came from Japan. And it was given to me by the person who made me an official Pfizer employee, who also turned out to be the best manager I ever worked for. And I could go many stories about that, but I thought it was kind of funny because I was her assistant and I would book her travel arrangements back then when that's what assistants did. And I never traveled. And I was constantly adjusting her flight plans and figuring out what she needed and what she cared about and what she had to do. And I never traveled. And she brought this back from a trip she took to Japan and gave it to me. And that was, oh my goodness, that's going back more than 20, way over 20 years ago. So anyway, and I just thought it was neat. I just like it. It's nice. I think it kind of classes up the joint, so it's always got a place somewhere in my house.
Was she trying to tell you something?
I never really asked. I just thought it was another indication of she wanted to get me something, and she had really good taste, and she had high expectations of everything, including herself. So she wasn't just going to get me like a coffee mug. She'd put some thought into it.
That's so cool, Bob. Awesome. Thanks for
Thank
sharing.
you. So I think that leaves David.
David.
Sounds like a process of deduction.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. Can you see it?
Oh
Eiffel
yeah.
Tower.
Yeah, Eiffel Tower.
Okay, well, that's good. Made of wire. And if it weren't for the meaning behind it, it would probably belong in the trash. But I actually think it's pretty cool. I kind of think this way. It was given to me by in ancient times by a lady friend. Where's the Eiffel Tower? What country?
Paris.
France.
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 She's German. She was kind of connecting to that side of the world, but also I guess the meaning is all I was ever going to be was an architect when I was growing up, until I wasn't going to be an architect anymore, until I got into like software engineering. And in the early days of object orientation or object-oriented programming, there was this development platform called Eiffel because of the way it built structures and reused structures and reused patterns and that sort of thing. And so I used to, and it had a tagline. It had a tagline that said, if Gustav Eiffel were alive today, he'd be building in software, not like these sort of structural members. Anyway, I used to use that phrase a lot. And so she thought that I should have an Eiffel Tower. If Gustav Eiffel were building today, he'd be building in software. So
That's
there you go.
awesome.
Interesting.
And did the programming staff call it awful?
There's a good question, Michelle. There's a good question for you. Nice segue. Probably sometimes. I don't remember distinctly, but probably sometimes.
Very cool. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, David. Thanks for sharing, everybody. This was I had a lot of fun with this. Actually, it's a fun little scavenger hunt and sharing some stories. I don't know, how did it feel for all y'all?
It was wonderful. We had a great time.
Yeah, the unpredictability is good. You never know. I think of the song. I'm trying to. What is the name of the song now? It says, just goes to show you never can tell. C'est la vie, or what is the name of that song? I don't know. You probably know it. Anyway, it just goes to show you never can tell. It's like, well, what? I have no idea I was going to be digging up like soup cans and that sort of thing. So just produce some unpredictability, I guess, is good.
And I kind of like the fact that it really doesn't matter how ordinary seeming an item is. There can be a story behind anything and everything.
Yeah.
There you go, Bob.
And
Yeah, good.
it's really fascinating to see where they, what emerges.
Right.
Yeah, and we learned to cook. Or get some recipe.
Yeah, we did. We had lots of cooking things going on here. There's one additional thought. Actually, Lee, I'll toss this over to you. You want to talk about human scavenger hunt, which needs to be renamed?
Yeah. Yeah, just so like as Brandon and I were thinking about like what are we gonna do at Enchanted Playground when we were doing this scavenger hunt, and I thought like, it's fun to digging out these things, but I wonder if we can kind of like find people that we can scavenger hunt, like some give me some round people, give me some triangle people, give me some star people, and like let's talk to them and find out like what makes you round, what makes you, or maybe like give me some stinky people, give me some lavender people, give me some cat people, like what I mean, like so they might not be those like LinkedIn influencers or Instagram influencers, but these are just the people we scavenger hunt. So like so that's what I thought, and we thought like maybe how do you do that? So we thought maybe for remaining 2 minutes we can just brainstorm.
So are you familiar with the Late Show with Stephen Colbert?
I've heard of it, yes.
Okay, so he does something called the Colbert Questionnaire. And it started when he kind of sucker punched Keanu Reeves. He sprung a question on him that was unexpected. And Keanu Reeves gave him such a beautiful answer without much hesitation. It inspired him. And now he invites celebrities onto his show, and he has 15 questions. And it's the same questions for every person, but they're all over the place. And at the end, he says, "Congratulations, you are known." So he uses them as sort of a questionnaire to reveal something about people and the way they answer it. And they're really very bizarre seemingly meaningless questions like, what's the best sandwich? Or have you ever gotten someone's autograph? And if so, who? Or I'm trying to think, apple or orange. That's one of his favorites. And it's really just, he just goes through them and people answer them. And then when they finish, he shakes their hand and says, congratulations, you are known. So yeah, how do you know who someone is? How do you know, you're saying triangle people, round people, tall people, short people. It's like people, everyone has their own sensibilities, their own values, and how do you find out?
Oh, look it up. That's really interesting. It reminds me a little bit of the 34 questions to fall in love, which was published in the New York Times. But again, similar, like aimed to be like, and there's tiers like that go in depth on questions that you're supposed to ask someone. But I think it also works. It's just they're not necessarily that intimate, but they're very, they're levered to kind of get at like who you are and how do you view the world. Right. In like non-normal direct routes, I think. Interesting.
I can just see people meeting at Starbucks, and one guy gets out the questionnaire. Would you mind answering a few questions? And at the end he goes, I wonder why that didn't work.
You just have to have a reason to reach out to these people, people who we don't know. So
more to come on this, because I think I'm super intrigued. I love this idea. I'm not quite sure. We talked about it for about this much time too, like 5 minutes. It's like, I don't know. This kind of but it's fun, right? You have a reason to go find and meet people. But like, is it a category? Is it right? Do you create a list of people that you'd like to meet or would like to meet or have done things or live somewhere, or like, building out criteria. And then have a reason to say, I want to go meet this person because we're doing a human scavenger hunt. Also, if you come up with a better name than human scavenger hunt, because it does sound like we're looking for dead bodies.
Personality scavenger hunt or something. Yeah. Most people have, like, back to Bob's thing, most people, if you say apple or orange, most people have an answer. Or if you had pasta or rice, a lot of, most people have an answer. And I think there's lots of those pairs that you could go through like 15 of those, and it's pretty easy for most people to say which one anyway.
This may feed a future Enchanted Playground. I'm getting some ideas.
Yeah, more to come.
More to come.
I was going to say, I kind of like what Lee was using, because I know, Lee, you had rules, but I forget what they were. When someone would ask you about wearable trace, you had like 3 rules that you had to follow, right?
Well, making it, I had the rules, yes. But like, make one every day, and they vary from 9 to 5. If somebody questions or comments on it, then I have to share the story and then ask their name.
Okay, so
there are certain rules you follow. Yes.
Yeah. So if somebody asked you about it, you had to share the story and you had to get their name. And that's not a lot, but it's sort of like, okay, that could be the foundation of, if you're doing something to set yourself apart from everyone else, and if someone engages you, there are 5 things you have to find out before, you have to find a way to just collect 5 pieces of information. That's, you're not trying to steal their social security number or anything like that, but just 5 things that, would be, what.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite one on the Colbert questionnaire is, I think the last question is, what number am I thinking of? Nobody has ever guessed it that I've seen. It's like, he doesn't give you any hint. He just says, what number am I thinking of?
Between and what and what number, no clue.
He never says. He just says, what number am I thinking of? Someone will say a number and he goes wrong.
It's got to give you a range.
He doesn't do it. He doesn't tell you if it's a whole number or a decimal.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone for coming. We're past time. It was always such a fun group. I love hanging out with
thank
you
you
guys.
so much.
Thank you for designing this. It was so much
Thank
fun.
you.
More to come. Take care, everyone.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.